Newsbrief. FromSoftware's latest release Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, has already surpassed 2 million sold worldwide. A milestone. Publisher Activision says the game hit less than 10 days after its March 22 launch. That figure comes from Activision and FromSoftware's own internal sales estimate. Some includes copies sold worldwide across PlayStation 4, Xbox, and PC. In a press release, the publisher notes that Sekiro has performed well on all platforms and managed a sizable following on the streaming platform Twitch in the process. The game amassed 631 million minutes of cumulative viewership on Twitch during its launch weekend alone. By the end of the game's first week, that number had increased to 1 billion minutes watched. Whether you are just starting out, looking for something new, or just seeing what's out there, the Gamasutra Job board is the place where game developers move ahead in their careers. Gamasutra Job board is the most diverse, most active, and most established board of its kind in the video game industry, serving companies of all sizes, from indie to AAA. Here are just some of the many positions being advertised right now. If you are a recruiter looking for talent, you can also post jobs here. Location: Tacoma, Washington or Golden, Colorado. IllFonic is seeking an experienced lead animator to join our team on our next great title for PC and consoles. This job requires an adept animator with an extensive history animating different types of characters through both keyframe and motion capture. As lead animator, you will work with art and creative directors to lead the animation team through the various stages of the game's design. Applicants must have good communication skills, attention to detail, and the ability to work collaboratively with multiple tasks in a collaborative development environment. Location: Los Angeles, California. Giant Squid is looking for a multi-talented programmer-designer hybrid to help drive the creation of core gameplay features for our highly anticipated next game, the Pathless. As our gameplay programmer, we will depend on your natural sense for game theory and your ability to apply advanced mathematics, physics, and code to make your designs a reality. This role will involve brainstorming gameplay ideas with the team and then prototyping variations in engine. Location: Marina, California. Skydance Interactive is looking for a lead engineer for our game series based on The Walking Dead. You will be working with team members that help to make AAA game titles such as Call of Duty, The Evil Within, XCOM, Gears of War 4. You will enjoy a dynamic, collaborative, and supportive team environment where we actively encourage creative exploration and skills development. Location: Waltham, Massachusetts. Boston Dynamics is a leading developer of advanced robots, such as Spot and Atlas. We are looking for software engineers to transition our robots out of the lab and into the real world. Do not let a lack of robotics background stop you from applying. We have found that game development experience translates well to robotics, and have a number of product needs outside of car robotics controls. You will have the opportunity to write, debug, and refine software in an exciting hands-on environment. You will work with world-class experts in a wide variety of disciplines, such as mechanical engineers, user experience designers, and electrical technicians. You will be able to see tangible results with robots walking, jumping, and manipulate across the lab in real time. In addition, you will help define and build the infrastructure to support our growing fleet of robots. Location: Champaign, Illinois. Deep Silver Volition is seeking an experienced 2D artist to help on and drive the style of our interface as we start our next exciting project, using compelling motion graphics, 2D, and 3D designs. You will work with our UE team to create innovative interfaces. We are looking for someone passionate about UE and player experience. The Gamasutra Job board is the most diverse, active and established board of its kind for the video game industry. Here is just one of the many positions being advertised right now. Location: Barcelona, Spain. Responsibilities, requirements, assets. Why join the world of Gameloft? What can Gameloft Barcelona offer you even more? Interested? Apply now. Whether you are just starting out, looking for something new, or just seeing what's out there, the Gamasutra Job board is the place where game developers move ahead in their careers. Gamasutra Job board is the most diverse, most active, and most established board of its kind in the video game industry, serving companies of all sizes, from indie to AAA. Looking for a new job? Get started here. Are you a recruiter looking for talent? Post jobs here. It's no secret that the industry needs to see a massive shift in order to quell developer anxiety over job stability, where there's often no safety net to support laid-off workers. Game developer Katie Chironis details the times she lived in constant fear of losing her job, which is not unreasonable given the industry's track record of laying off its workers. As an added bonus, Chironis and her husband are both developers, adding an extra layer of pressure should one of them lose their jobs. We have our dream jobs, in theory, she writes, but neither one of us has ever worked for a company longer than 3 years. Despite our best efforts, how do you have a stable life in an industry which does not seem to offer one? To Chironis, only being able to plan a year ahead, as opposed to many years, because of work uncertainty was normal. It goes without saying that it should not be anybody's normal. She landed her first job in the industry at Microsoft Game Studios in 2013. We were part of a group of new grad employees who had been hired to bring fresh talent to departments throughout X, with the goal that many of us would become lifetime employees. Chironis explains, "We all worked hard. This sort of job had always been the dream, and here we were. Things were fantastic for a few months. It did not last. Whispers of reorganization began to spread around the office, and Chironis was not sure what it meant, but knew enough to be scared. Management called our entire group of new grads into a conference room to let us know we would be let go at the end of our first year." She writes, Microsoft had funded this hiring program, but then, somewhere in all those calculations and reassessments of profit and loss in the following months, it had been scrapped. Chrionis explains how she and her peers had been promised careers, growth, and mentorship under Microsoft. Most of the original group of devs had worked with but not have been involved in games anymore. That sort of experience sticks with you. It was my first time being laid off in the games industry, and it would not be the last. Be sure to check out the entire piece over at Polygon, where Chrionis goes into more detail about her previous layoffs. It's important, and well worth the read. Newsbrief. This war of mine has surpassed 5 million sales across all major platforms, according to developer 11-bit Studios. The acclaimed survival game launched back in November 20th at the non-Windows PC, Mac, and Linux, but has since been brought to other platforms including Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Android, and iOS. The game's success has also allowed 11-bit to donate over $500 000 To Our Child, a far-reaching charity that works to assist children who live in conflict zones around the world. The Writers Guild of America has announced nominees for its annual Videogame Writing Award, with the winners to be announced February 17th. Although there are a lot of factors that dictate which games are eligible for guild recognition, events like this offer game developers a way to keep an eye on the games that stand out from the rest of the year's releases. Plus, this is a great opportunity to recognize writers' efforts in the game production process. It's also worth mentioning that there are many hurdles involved with submitting a game to be considered for the award. The nominated games, and their respective writing staffs, for the BAS 2019 Outstanding Achievement in Video Game Writing, are as follows: Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Associate Narrative DILRECTORASMATTHEW Zagorak,